Hello and welcome back to another game. My name is Nobody. I'm going to be casting... Oh my gosh! I'm so lucky to get a live, non-mirror random game. How lucky is that? I have to search through AOC Zone and look through days of games just to find non-mirror games. And we've found one just by pure luck. Anyway, enough of that. We have Rugila, which I think is a Rising 2K. I don't think he's a Smurf. He's from, I believe this is the Hungarian flag. So I'm not exactly sure who he is, but let's see how he does. He's playing against Tyrant Fruit, which is actually an alt account of BacT. So I'm sure Rugila, he's going to have his hands full. So what are the Civ matches? BacT is going to be playing as the Franks, and Rugila is going to be playing as the Vikings. Very interesting. Usually the Vikings considered a lesser land civilization, but I think they'll have a pretty good chance going against the Franks. And we can take a quick look at the tech trees. Vikings, no, let's not. Let's avoid their water bonuses. Infantry extra hit points. This comes in particularly useful for the spearmen and pikemen line when going against the Franks. So pikemen, they have the strongest pikemen I think in the Castle Age, and they should be able to deal with knights of the Franks pretty effectively. One of the stronger economies in the game, wheelbarrow and handcart for free, super strong economy. And just these two bonuses combined, and they're pretty legitimate Arabia Civ. Certainly not top tier by any standard, but certainly a legitimate Civ. And then Tyrant BacT is going to be playing as the Franks. Extra HP and line of sight on their knights. And farm upgrades for free, not a big deal. Castles costing less. An X factor for the Franks could be the throwing axemen, which will be able to counter the pikemen, of course, of the Franks. But of course the Franks can go, of the Vikings. But of course the Vikings can go into Arbalest and Siege Ram. So overall I think I'd give Civ advantage to the Vikings. Not something you hear very often on a land map, but I'll give it to the Vikings. BacT's lured in a quick deer. Wow, very quick. That said, let's take a look at the maps. BacT's map has a back gold. It's a very nice gold, actually. The saturation's pretty bad on it, so it might take 2 mining camps to get some good saturation on it. But otherwise, can wall in on the right side? Could potentially wall in with some buildings here. It's going to be a little tough. Left side, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's not the best map from BacT's. Forward wood is exposed. He does have a back wood to follow up on, though. So overall, I give his map a passing grade, but it definitely has its weaknesses, especially if Rugila decides to exploit it. Let's take Rugila's map. Take a look at his map. Right side is very open. Wood line is very exposed. Gold is in a good position, and the second gold's in a good position. Can wall in the back. Can wall in the side. Oh, and BacT hasn't made loom quite yet. So will this villager get away? It's going to take a downhill hit. It looks like it will get away. But will this house BacT? No, it's not going to house him because this house was coming up quite early. And then to finish off Rugila's map, stones, okay. Can wall in through here. Again, I give his map about a passing grade. There are some definite weaknesses to it. Although the gold is not one of them. And neither is the gold a weakness, I guess saturation for BacT. But it's not exposed. BacT's really going out of his way not to get loom. Where's loom? Nope. He's going to go forward with the villager. In fact, instead of getting loom, he's going to bring a scout back. So benefit of not getting loom, it's better for your economy. And what can these players go for in Feudal Age? The Vikings most commonly known for their drush. Their militia do get extra HP when they go up to the next age, and a men-at-arms rush is not off the tables. Franks, they can go into a stable. They don't get bloodlines, so not very good scout rush, but at the same time it sets them up pretty well if they want to go for knights. So the Franks not the best Feudal Age Civ. Vikings a much better Feudal Age Civ with their free wheelbarrow. It's like starting out with like 3 extra villagers as soon as you hit Feudal. It's really good. Here's the barracks from Rugila. Let's check his resources. He's ready to click up, so maybe straight archers or maybe a men-at-arms rush. He's going to take 10 gold now, or drop a mining camp. Not sure which. Probably the mining camp. Yeah, here we go. So let's keep our eyes out for men-at-arms. Men-at-arms! BacT, it looks like he's going to go for what looks to be a scout rush from as far as I can tell. He's got so many sheep, though, because he's taken all 3 deer. So he's got a good economy. Let's see. 2 villagers on gold. This is usually a telltale sign of men-at-arms, and I was correct. Here we go. Men-at-arms. I really like the men-at-arms play from the Vikings for 2 reasons, as opposed to a Drush. For men-at-arms, you get the extra HP as soon as you hit the Feudal Age. You get, 5 HP for men-at-arms, so they're up to 50 HP. Pretty beefy. 5 more HP than scouts. And the second reason is you get up to Feudal Age much quicker. You get that wheelbarrow technology to kick in much quicker, so it's better for their economy. Of course, men-at-arms is a much bigger investment than a Drush, though. So we do want to see this men-at-arms rush pay off, hopefully with a villager kill. And here they come. They will now upgrade to Vikings Militia with 44 HP. BacT knows what's coming. He's going to try the quick wall. Only 40 HP left on this. There's actually a hole here, and the militia are through. The villagers are struggling to get the stable up. Without the stable, BacT can't defend himself. And there we go. BacT's walled in now. Looks open here, though, so let's see him go through. Yeah, it's definitely open. Okay, double bit axe. Where's the men-at-arms upgrade? There it is. It's not showing up for some reason. And 3 Viking men-at-arms, very strong threat, especially to scouts early on. However, losing your scout, not very good play. Of course, pointing at the obvious. BacT's walled in his wood. That's a good defense. Of course, he's suffering. One of his villagers is idle because of this. So militia men-at-arms, they're doing a little bit of damage. Again, it is a heavy investment. Let's see how many scouts or villagers they can kill, though. And meanwhile, Rugila is transitioning into archers. He's having a little trouble keeping his town center running, though. Again, all the food costs for these men-at-arms. So Rugila is going to fall at least 1 to 2 villagers behind because of this. Again, one of the problems with going men-at-arms, you need to seed a lot more farms. And now BacT up 2 villagers. Alright, let's see what these Vikings men-at-arms can do. Oh, the villager is not... No, it's going to get away, okay. And that was the worst case scenario for Rugila. He's going to lose 3 men-at-arms for absolutely nothing. So he's put all this investment into men-at-arms. He's even delayed... he's even idled his town center for about 2 villagers because he couldn't afford enough food for the villagers. So I don't think that was particularly worth it. However, Rugila does have a clean transition into archers. Here comes the scouts from BacT. Let's see if BacT can get a villager kill. He's going to work on this guy. He's going to go into the mob, trying to disguise himself, and he's going to get away with his life. BacT's actually made quite a few scouts, a little more than I'd expect. If he was a Bloodline Civ, he'd be thinking about getting Bloodlines now. I'm not saying he would get it, but he might think about it. And now Rugila is partially walled. He needs to finish up the wall here, which is what this builder's for. She's going to get mauled by a wolf, but she'll live. But maybe this wolf delays the wall long enough. Well, let's see. Yeah, there's no way this villager can wall off fully. So this wolf's going to make it. Scout's going to move around for BacT. However, he is exposed at his own base, which is why he's gone up with the watchtower. So he has a good feel for the game. And he's even made skirmishers too. He knows exactly where the army of Rugila is, even though he hasn't actually seen where it is. This is what playing thousands of games gets you. Watchtower's up, and BacT will be able to defend. Meanwhile, Rugila, he's got a feeling for the game as well. He's positioned his archers in the correct position. Let's see the spearmen come in. Where's the spearmen? Alright, and Rugila's going to lose another villager. It's currently 32 to 33. Although, I'm not exactly sure if BacT got wheelbarrow at this point. It's going to be a lucky villager. He's going to get back. Yeah, BacT has wheelbarrow now. So even on Vills. Rugila should be much higher than he is right now. Remember, he got the free wheelbarrow. He should be about 38 Vills right now. But he clearly isn't. He's lost a few, had to idle his town center a bit. A little sloppy. Thanks for all the follows coming in, by the way. BacT's, okay, there we go. He's clicked up to the next age. Where's Rugila on cooking up to the next age? He's a little bit off. He's going to be a bit later. He's survived the Vikings Feudal Age. And he's going to go into the strength of the Franks, which will now be in the Castle Age with his knights. And he just has a single archer range to defend with a few skirmishers for now, as he makes that transition. These woods are getting quite low, though. Looks like Rugila's going to strike before the wood runs out. And very unlucky for Rugila. He's not even going to get a villager again. Scale armor for for BacT. He's going to go into knights, of course. Free bloodlines. And he's going to make a second attempt now at the archer range here. We have one Viking spear here, 50 HP. Not going to be enough against this amount of scouts. Although I don't know if BacT's going to want to throw away his scouts. No, he's not. Yet another villager lost for Rugila. Very opportunistic with these scouts. Chain barding armor. That's an expensive upgrade. Heavy investment from BacT into the Nightline. Archer's going to go back to base. They're basically dead meat at this point until they get the crossbow upgrade. And there's the Castle Age. This game's still pretty close. I think it's a little closer than the score indicates. Free handcart just kicked in for Rugila. So he more or less is equal in economy, I think, with BacT. And Rugila's also going to upgrade straight to pikemen. We talked about how strong the Viking pikemen can be. But will it be enough? And here you go, the Viking pikeman, 63 HP on him. Quite a bit. I think normally, what is it, normally 55? Alright, BacT is going up to a second town center now. He did invest in the tower. That's something I failed to mention. By investing in the tower, it's going to slow down his boom quite a bit. Which is why he's only got the second town center now. Oh, no. Gonna want a little more micro with these archers. Don't want to go against +2 Bloodlines Knights. Where are the pikemen? Here comes the pikemen. Just a few of them can really help out in this composition. Come on, bring the pikemen in. Here we go. Even getting scale mail armor for the pikemen. And here we go. Let's see who wins this. More pikemen coming in at the back. Looks about even for now. Scores only 200 apart. It was about 500 points difference about a minute ago. And that's going to be the third town center for Rugila. More and more knights streaming in. If this was a Franks war, I think that BacT could get away with just massing knights and just outmassing the pikemen. And just overtaking them. I'm not sure if that's going to work in a Vikings-Franks war, though. Alright, very risky to move out with this army. Could potentially lose it. And, oh boy, Rugila's going to be in a lot of trouble. Knights are going to be in on his base. Looks like he stopped pikeman production for now. It does take quite a bit of food. And he's going to be open. Oh boy, Mangonel's out. Mangonel's pretty good against pikemen and archers. If it gets a good hit. And Rugila's going to move back. Looks like BacT's actually not going to move in. He could have come in, actually. If he wanted to. Let's see. University for Ballistics. And oh boy, here's the Mangonel. Where's the money shot? Gonna do a stand ground attack. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, and it's a big miss. Wow, that was disappointing. It doesn't matter though. It looks like it's just gonna be barely enough to clean up these crossbows. Yeah, a little bit poor. Rugila should have seen that coming with the line of sight on his crossbows. Shouldn't have walked into the Mangonel. Here comes Ballistics, only for a handful of archers, though. The good thing for Rugila, though, is he is somewhat walled. So he's not going to get raided instantly, and the archers can fire behind the walls. But overall, I think BacT has a solid hold on this game. He's got a very strong unit he's pumping out. Already has the upgrades on it. Villager count is about even for him. He's still stuck on 2 town centers, though. All we need to see is BacT forward some siege, and here comes the Mangonels. And I think a palisade trick could actually get you through this. Okay, monastery to convert some of the knights. It's a good choice. Rugila's just hanging on for dear life. It's going to add a second barracks. Going to invest more heavily into pikemen. This Mangonel helps this army composition so much. Because of this Mangonel, the archers can't fire at the knights anymore. Chainmail armor for the pikemen. These are all really heavy investments for Rugila. See right at the top right as Rugila's army moves at the bottom. Oh my gosh, a huge mangonel shot. Where was Rugila going? And just like that, GG. No more army left for Rugila. His army isn't at the top to defend, and GG. Unfortunately, I think Rugila wasting his men-at-arms in the early game set him behind quite a bit. Both of them going up to Castle Age. The scouts from BacT really did so much damage. They killed, what, 3 villagers? And they shouldn't have even gotten a single one. BacT saying you should have made some monks. Thanks for the game.